this is coming from a friend of the family and teach you to be a man. I can only share with you what my expectations of a man is, and that's it. As far as that's all that she can do. She can't guide and build him as a man. She can just share with him what the expectations of a man is be. So that don't. I mean, the father being that the woman still is just as responsible too for giving him some type of guidance. A male child. That's to. This is the things that should or be done by a male, by a man.
Well said.
Get
Well
ready
said.
for
I think.
I Ain't Your
Yeah.
And you know what?
Man.
And that's a
This is the
good
podcast
place
that offers
right
healing,
here as we
insight,
talk
and
about
divinity,
manhood
discussing and
to
reviewing everything others are
go
afraid
ahead.
to
You know,
talk about.
this
It's
brother
all about
that
what is
I
right
brought to the
for
space,
us. I ain't your new
you know,
black.
brother
I
Elton
ain't
Thomas.
your old black. I ain't
I
your
mean, just
future
a
black.
good guy.
America.
And you ever get a chance to
ain't
hang
your
around him,
black.
then
And
you know,
now,
you'll you know how you just get around some brothers and you just like, man, this is a great guy right here. You know what I mean? I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? I mean,
Yeah,
y'all
I do.
brothers know.
I do.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I do. I knew you talking
you
about.
know, hashtag no homo. But you know, you get around a brother, like, man, this dude is cool. Like, I want to be around this person. You know what I mean? Like, they're good people, just good spirited, humble, and this brother's a veteran as well. So he served this country, and you know, right now he is a triathlete, doing the Ironman competitions. And you know, with the Ironman competitions, you have to fundraise, and you have to fundraise what you pledge. And he pledged 2,000. Right now, we're at about $600. The 17th of August is the big day, and so he'll be running some miles. He'll be bicycling some miles and swimming across the Ohio River,
Mm.
which is, I think, about a mile. That is the triathlon, and I'm gonna let him talk more about it because he's part of the less than 1% of melanated folk that are actually in this space. And it's crazy because when you really look at it, this is like, you know, if you know Kentucky, you know Kentucky Derby. And
Right.
this is like the Derby of sports in a sense, of triathlons. It's like a derby. They do events all the way leading up to it, just like Derby. And then down on 4th Street on the 17th, it's gonna be packed, people hanging out, tailgating, and all type of stuff, just like a big Derby situation. So I want to bring none other than my brother from another mother, who has now has me in the gym at 5 a.m. in the morning and wearing me the hell out. My legs feel like noodles and all of that good stuff. My brother Elton Thomas. You there, sir?
What's going on, everybody? Y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you. Sound like you got a little water though. Yeah. You,
Oh, that's all
Little
cool, man.
little
Let me see
static.
if I can got some static here. Let me take off these.
oh, if you trying to speak to your through your plug there, that it doesn't work very good. You got to, yeah. A lot of people try to do that.
Everybody hear me now?
Yes, you sound a little bit much better.
That's much better.
Yeah, a little bit better.
Uh, yeah, I
Okay.
think we. Okay, yeah. It's good. Let's see if we can make it work.
Okay, too easy, man. Everybody, welcome to the group, man. My name's Elton, man. Thank you, Joe, for bringing me on. It's an honor to get a chance to sit down and talk with some brothers, man, and talk about the Ironman. This is my second one. I've been in this space for about. I've been in the track and field space about 30 years. Uh, I learned about endurance sports when I was in the army. So, for those who are in that, if you're in this group, you ever serve, we do a lot of this type of.
Are you in a basement?
Yeah, you're this. It's chopping up real bad
Are
in
are
you
you in a
right now.
basement? It make it seem like you sound like you down, got too many walls around you, man. Is it
Yeah, you
go?
you you cut out, Elton. We can't hear you at this moment.
I got you. Hold on here, man. You hear me okay now?
I mean, we can hear you, but you still just real choppy. I don't know if you up too high or too
My
low.
phone here. I don't know.
It's just sound like maybe a bad signal. Go ahead and say something,
Okay,
Elton.
now.
Nah, you really sound like you. Are you indoors in the basement somewhere?
Hello.
Yeah, there you
Yes,
go.
sir. Hello.
That's better. Hello.
Uh,
Go ahead and talk. We
yeah,
can't
yeah.
tell.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll see.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm in my apartment, so and I'm talking from my phone. And yeah, but like I said, I've been doing Ironman for a while. It's an honor to be here. I am. We have to fundraise. It's a big endurance race. It's going to be about 3,000 athletes going to be here come August the 17th to try to qualify for the championships in Hawaii.
Mm.
So this is serious business then.
Yeah, he didn't. He looked like he got lost there. He got lost in the
Yeah,
weeds there.
you cut out again, man. Can't hear. I tell you what. Why don't you X out and come back in and see if hello.
Yeah, let me do that. Let me X out.
Yeah, try X out and come back in and see if that clears anything up. Maybe even restart the phone and see if that helps. I don't know whether you got your Wi-Fi on or off or vice versa, but yeah, try that and come back in. We'll be waiting for you. All right, go ahead.
Hey, hey, yeah. No, I was going to ask. Did y'all see what's going on in the little bit of this craziness is going on with the they going after Obama, but it looked like they're trying to make it official. Something they just went ahead and created a grand jury. They trying to take this thing. I thought,
They getting serious with it.
yeah, I'm thinking they're getting a little serious here, man. I mean, I thought they were just gonna be clowning and everything, but it looked like they trying to they trying to go in. I mean, it's going to be all the people who's not covered under the pardon and everything. I mean, Obama going to be okay. He's going to be whatever happened. He's going to be good. But a lot of other people they not covered. Hey, the brother's back. You back, Ethan?
Elton.
Elton, yeah, Elton, yeah.
Oh, let's see. Hold on. Let me make sure he's got the mic there. There you go. He's got the invite. Uh, but yeah, go ahead with that. What you were talking about, because a lot of people don't really know what exactly that is. What is it that they're even coming after when they talk about Obama? Because all you hearing is rhetoric about treason and this, that, and the other. But the Dems control the media, so you don't hear much about it on
Well,
mainstream.
the major problem is, and this is why it's a kind of a big deal. They went out of their way to manufacture a Russia inclusion, saying that Russia was interfered with the election, saying that they actually Putin actually wanted Trump to win, and he was involved in trying to help him win. But the deal is that it appears to coming out. This is, I mean, I'm only going by based on what I'm hearing and everything, based on what they said, but they say they got evidence that Obama administration manufactured the whole entire. I mean, if that is true, if that is, I mean, if that, I'm just going to just say it like this way: it will be a tremendous amount of embarrassment if it comes out that he actually manufactured. That's that means that you intentionally sought out to harm someone of your own America. I mean that's why they call it a treason. It's like it's the worst thing that anyone could do, to manufacture something to try to to try to change the effect of the citizens being able to vote for whoever they want with some manufactured. And the thing is that I remember hearing, because I remember hearing senior non-commissioned officers and officers in saying, and when you have military say that, I'm sure my man who was military can agree with it. When you hear military people say when Obama was in that we're going to allow him to fall on his sword, that ain't good. Okay, because most military is there for the president. Okay, they're there to defend and protect the president. Okay, whatever you understand. So, but when I heard, I got, as being a E7 and having good relationship with certain people, I got good solid intel that senior generals and command sergeant majors was basically saying, do y'all know what it means to when someone say, I'm going to allow you to fall on your sword? Dad, you know what that means? You know what that mean, Carl?
Yeah, I do, and I think Obama, I think Hillary was also involved, and I think they were counting on Democrats being in office for the next 10 to 12 years. They wasn't counting on Trump effect to go to do what it did. So therefore, he don't have the cover that he thought he was going to have.
Wow. Wow. So, I mean, obviously that is some serious, ish nizzle.
And some people think they making a big thing out of it, but I mean, it could be also a deflect from the Epstein and everything. I mean, we don't know.
Which I mean, yeah, Trump's going to invite anything that will deflect from the Epstein. I mean, let's just be real. No matter whether we voted for him or not, we know that he's going to invite anything, having to do with that. Because, and again, and I always like to say that, just because somebody was on the island or hung out, it don't mean that they were messing with little kids.
Yeah.
But they probably were cheating on their wife, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, they probably yeah.
With some, they could have been of age women, but they I'm pretty sure, they were cheating at the very least. But hey, I want to bring up Elton once again, because I want him to talk about his journey along the way. Like I said, he is a veteran, and definitely thank you for your service. And want him to come up and just kind of talk about this whole IRONMAN thing, and tell us why we should be supporting it and paying more attention to it. Oh.
Looked like he dropped off.
Oh,
dropped off just at that second. So he'll call back in. He's probably having some. It sounds like because I mean he's up on the I think 7th, 8th floor. So he probably is having some internet issues of some sort. I'm not sure, but either way, we'll carry on with our conversation just the same.
Yeah.
Hey, you said something yesterday when we were talking about some of the, crazy stuff you see when it comes to us separating the NIGGAS versus the Negroes versus the blacks or what have you. Have y'all been keeping up with this whole Carnival Cruise stuff that they've been talking about on social media?
Oh man! Oh my God!
Apparently, some of these cruises. I mean, Carnival Cruise is like the least expensive of all the cruise lines, I believe.
Yeah.
And apparently,
first of all, how many?
A lot of us.
Who's been on a Carnival Cruise? Anybody on this? Anybody been other than myself and my wife? We've been on a Carnival Cruise. So.
I went on 15 years ago.
15 years ago, it was probably better then. Probably 15 years ago was probably better. I will say that my wife and I, we went on one in 2017. Yes, 2017. Yeah, yeah. And it was a very interesting experience. Okay, it was really too many kids and a whole lot of us on there who were just acting foolish and everything. And I mean,
It sound like ain't nothing changed.
and my wife and I, we kind of very conservative, upper grade. My wife is very, very, sensitive to certain things, and I have to tell you, man, it was not. So when I got back from the cruise, when I talked to my friends about my experience, they told me, Sean, you should never go on a Carnival cruise. That is, you should go on they talked to the Princess, so they told me all the ones that I probably did, but do not go on Carnival. Okay, Carnival. And now then I started hearing all the issues with Carnival. I mean, when you don't want to be critical of us, but sometimes, you know, I call it BS. I don't call it bull crap. I call it black shit. We contribute to some of our nonsense. I mean, I hate to. I mean, trying to be nice, but it's not even. I mean, these people fighting and doing. I mean, they're just doing all type of crazy stuff and everything that just don't look good. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I went in 2010, and it was very few of us back then.
Mm.
But recently, my son, he travels a lot, and he say, "Dad, do not go on Carnival Cruise." And
Mm.
like you said, he names out Royal Caribbean. He
Yeah.
names off the other ones that he want his dad to go on, but he said, "Do not go on Carnival Cruises no more."
Yeah, yeah, that's sad. It's sad. I'm about to clown you. I got to clown. It's almost as bad as Here we are at the the what they call the Emmy Award, and okay, with the man and everything, and we slapped someone when we couldn't be invited. We wasn't once invited to the Thursday. Now we sitting in front rows and everything, and we act the fool at the. The only reason I'm bringing that up because I remember when the slap went across. Okay, I'm still working at the hospital. And they say, all you got to do is sit in the company of white folks and everything. you could hear, you could hear, you could hear the overtone like, my God, nothing like that ever happened before. What's going on? You know what I'm talking about. Like, oh,
He talking about the same type of response that would be given if they said that a tall 6'1" black man touched them or tapped them.
yeah, say what? Yeah, say tight. Yeah, say tight. Yeah, yeah. Say response. Oh my God, terroristic threatening.
He touched me.
he, he touched me. Yeah, right. Yeah. That. Yeah. You get the feel. You get the feel. Right. You know what I'm talking about. But it's crazy out there when you think about all the craziness that's going on in our society and everything, and all we have to do is just handle our business and do what we need to do sometime. And
But
we see the struggle.
that's the part that looks like when we talk about everybody can't go. That's the part right there.
Oh,
That's the part. Everybody can't go because you just not gonna get. I mean, it's almost like we're too far gone to save some people. Like, there was too much of a gap. Jim Crow did a great job. Uh, um, the
Are
government.
you throwing? Are you throwing up your hands, brother? Are you saying? Is
I'm
it?
not. I'm just saying. It just seems like you just got to work with those that's gonna work with you because everybody can't go. We too far gone in the wrong direction to go back and scoop the whole collective community, however you want to put it. We're too far gone. It's just I mean, y'all don't. Carl, come on now. I know you. You
No,
know what I
no,
mean?
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no,
Come
no,
on, talk to
no,
me, Carl. Talk
no,
to me.
no,
Talk to me.
Car.
no,
You
no,
getting off that train car? You ain't going there, right?
no, 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 no. In my day, we had a vanguard for our community.
Gotcha.
We had people that shamed people who misrepresented us as a whole.
Mm.
Absolutely.
I am not going to give up on my people.
I'm not saying give up. Not by any means.
I believe we have to get that vanguard back in place. For example, if Carnival is saying that they're going to make some rules and some standards to go by, our vanguard should have been at the table
To
to
to correct that,
to
right?
negotiate to
What that look like?
negotiate yes, negotiate it and then come out and say, okay, this is what we have discussed and this is how we're going to move forward with our community.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Right, right,
Absolutely.
right, right, right.
Agreed.
That
So
way,
would
that
that be the
way,
same thing in delineation I came to these spaces that I'm hearing now, delineation? I have to admit that, coming here, I never even heard about delineation until I came to the X space, and a lot of the young people were talking about they're delineating, okay, between us and everyone else and everything. And I think it ties into what you're talking about too, okay, about there needs to be some of us who says this is the standard of who we are and what we're about, and we're not going to put up with this or this. And that's what you're talking about, that type of delineation when you're talking about I'm not giving up on my people.
yes, yes, very much so. I appreciate a lot of people who started the ADOS, the FBAs. I appreciate their attempt to delineate our people, although it is still race based,
Yeah, it's still
Mm.
race
and
based.
it's still
Mm.
going to conflate others with that group, that delineation. That is one of the reasons why the freedman status is the ultimate delineation, and for government purposes, it's disaggregation.
Right.
It disaggregates us from the category of black, which is the standard in America. They got that black race on there, but it aggregates us into a smaller category to separate us from all other racial groups that identifies as black. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do agree with you. I posted yesterday about, because what's his name?
Tariq.
Tariq. Okay, Tariq been having his spaces, and I happened to get on one last night. It's like, and that if foundational Black American. Um, After listening to him again, I've listened to him multiple times. He's actually feeding right into the construct that I've written about in my book. I mean, he's as good as I believe he's trying to do some things. I do believe that he is also buying into the construct of this idea that, somebody said Mark did a good job explaining. Mark Carter said this, and I agree with what he said. We need to stop using this superiority, the white superiority. When you speak that into thing, you are actually acknowledging that you are inferior when you believe that someone based on the color of their skin is superior than you. Would you agree? I mean, when you speak that into exist,
Absolutely. Absolutely agree.
when you speak that, you already. I mean, it's like playing a game of chess. You know, if you playing the game, you're playing a game of chess, and you already giving your opponent and saying that, oh, you superior to me in this, and I just don't know how I'm going to play. Are you already uh, causing hindrance to you to being able to play a good game? Am I right or wrong? I mean,
You're on point. That's why I would never use that word that white stuff.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy. That's
And,
crazy.
and
Yeah,
I, yeah, and I think that's part of the problem that our older generation did use that over and over so often that you contribute to the indoctrination or the domestication that they no longer had to do it. And we were doing a damn good job
yep.
telling everybody about the boogeyman. Okay, we were nailing the signs up saying, "Yo, white supremacy, blah blah blah," and automatically making our children in the thing. So that's why I really embrace hearing some of my younger folks saying that we were the cause or because and when I say that, many of our older generation didn't know what they didn't know. Carl, didn't we say that before? Many of our generation did not know what they didn't know. So
Absolutely.
when you're spewing out white supremacy, you're already putting your children at a disadvantage, just like playing a game of chess. You're already telling them that you're playing up against the white supremacy. You blah, 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 blah. So you already making them feel like what? They are what? Incapable of being able to what? Fight up against that. So when I heard Mark say that, I was probably Mark can go over the edge a little bit, but I really appreciate him saying I had not heard someone from a younger than me actually come out and say that we need to stop saying white supremacy. The white man is so much more superior than us and this and that. We got to stop saying that to our children. We got to stop putting that crap out there like that and everything. And and that's why I said I wanted to go ahead and have this conversation. And you don't look like your other guys coming back. I wanted to have that conversation. It is foundational Black Americans, are they hurting us or helping us? I'm just to throw that out. I see Negro back and everything. I mean, this is out of curiosity.
Let me say this before the Negro make his stance because I know he's going to. Well, I know where he's going to go. Head. Anyway, anything that has to deal with race, we are falling into the Marxist ideology,
the construct.
the construct, the color construct, and we're lumping ourselves in with communistic ideology. It's no longer conservative. It's no longer capitalism. It's going into the race construct, the bourgeoisie and the proletariat over in Europe, and we have the race construct over in America. They could not they could not bring the class stuff over here like they did in Europe. So what they did was brought the race construct in America. And for us to not to see the play is sad. And and like you said, the FBA, the native black, whatever you want to call, you're falling into the construct that we should be unplugging ourselves from, and we have a superior status that delineates us from every other group of people, the descendants of the emancipated. That includes Negroes, blacks, colors, and mulattoes under that particular status. Sooner or later, that race construct, that color construct is going to be dismantled regardless anyway. It's a matter of time that it's going to happen. And I land there.
And to your point,
Especially when the aliens get here and they all green.
but to your point, do you notice that you don't hear anything about the yellow, red, anything? The only thing still holding is
They
black and
they they
white.
stay low key. They busy making money,
But
man.
you don't, yeah, but you don't even hear anything about it. You don't hear that color the yellow man, the red man, the red man. You don't hear any of that anymore. And I think because they delineated that off the table. Go ahead,
And when they
Negro.
complain, they get what they want.
Yeah,
Washington Redskins.
yeah. Go ahead, Negro.
All right.
Where you been? What happened to you?
I had to take a important phone call. So
Yeah, go
that
ahead.
happened. So you should have came to my space that I sent you in regards to the commenting of white supremacy about the American first. It's amazing how JD Vance is out here caping for Russian immigrants instead of Black American people if it's American first. But y'all don't think it's no white supremacy and global white supremacy and racism, though. But these guys were signed with immigrants while they smack a black man and call him the N-word in Cincinnati. That was the premise of my space. And yeah, Mark showed up and he got that spanking in regards to talking about the education of white supremacy. And he kind of understand exactly where I'm coming from when I'm having these talking points. And I see that y'all didn't show up either, but y'all want to go into a platform that y'all can control. So I can see that too. Y'all did get the invite. Y'all did get the invite now.
Why do you do that, bro?
Why do you do that, bro? I don't even. I mean, maybe we didn't see it. I don't know. I would have went, man. I wouldn't.
It was a pretty decent space. I know you got the notification.
Brother, I don't even. To be honest with you, I hadn't even seen your colors in a while. I'm like, where you been? I didn't even see it. So yeah, maybe I didn't get that invite, bro. But don't come in here blasting me like that, bro. Come on, man. Show me some, come on, man. Yeah, I would have been there.
Okay. That was a couple days ago. We'll keep it in the past. So the thing that I have up in the purple pill is 3 questions that I had that was based off of what Mark Carter was talking about. Well, who stands to benefit by saying if there is no white supremacy? To the people who say that there is no white supremacy, do they fall into certain categories? And who stand to benefit by saying that there is no white supremacy? And do Negro Black Americans benefit from calling out from white supremacy? See, those are the 3 premises that I was coming from and the questions that I had that Google AI actually went into detail about. And I can even support with the books that I have on my bookshelf on why we should be calling out white supremacies, the benefits of doing that for the betterment, not just for ourselves, for mankind, right? So these are some of the things that I was talking about. And when you have people that are complicit to the establishment and saying that there is no white supremacy completely, they're only benefiting white people. They're only benefiting the people that they're saying that they're in opposition against. And then you can also look at it, this is a political maneuver that they want to align themselves to a party instead of them aligning to agenda of their own people. See, it should be a Black American agenda or a Negro American agenda. America's in that agenda. So we don't need to be worried about any other demographic but the interests of us on this soil. And that's my problem with the American first ideology. That's my problem with people who don't want to acknowledge white supremacy and think that we are quote unquote superior. Show me the bombs that we have. Show me the atom bomb codes that we have access to. See, all these other nations, they got access to these things and these weapons. We don't. That's what makes us, unfortunately, not in a superior position. The goal is not to make us weak and docile. The goal is to say, this is a standard that we need to get to. That's where I think that you guys have really bumped off the wagon with. And when y'all say that there's no white supremacists.
No, we're not saying that there's no white supremacists. We're saying the use of the word, the term, the label. It's not, you're conflating 2 different issues, sir. But anyway, the American first ideology, like you stated, it's only good since white people are the dominant society. That's the American first ideology, and I'm against that particular ideology, especially when a Russian can come over here and slap an American, and white people who identify as white want to side with the Russian versus the American, regardless of what color the American is. So don't conflate the 2 issues, because I don't like the use of the word white supremacy, that word that you say, that I don't believe that there are some people that feel like they are superior than other people in America. That's conflating 2 different issues.
Okay, no. It's not conflating anything. It's more or less highlighting a behavior, right? And a pattern that I'm observing. if people were, especially these black quote unquote conservatives, I'm not with the labels. I'm for our interests. I don't care if I have to get it from the conservative side of the bench or the liberal side of the bench. All I care is about our agenda. There's a difference. And the thing that I observe here when it comes to this, you have people that have, like Mark Carter's of the world, unfortunately, who has spent the better time of distracting ourselves to take on the American first ideology, their interests, their agendas, instead of pushing our own. And I'll even double down. They had an opportunity to call out J.D. Vance in the American first crowd. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that because they believe that there ain't no white supremacy and that we shouldn't call that out. And that's the problem.
There are many black conservatives that I know that are calling the American First category out.
Yeah, yeah.
Many of
What I
us
mean by
that are here.
what I mean by calling it out, sir, is meaning asking for J.D. Vance to be removed because he's not protecting Negro Black American citizens. That's the first thing. Get him out off the bench. Get him off the VD or being a vice president spot. He's signed with the enemies that our people fought in World War I and World War II. All right, he's signed with them, and people don't look at that as not a national security threat. People don't look at this man, this Russian man came over here, assaulted a black person, and caused a riot that could have destabilized the nation. But y'all don't look at it from the levels of national security.
Destabilize the nation?
That riot? Wait. The way that they were talking. No, you're laughing about it. I'm being dead serious. That was a riot proportion situation. That was that was quote unquote pandemonium compared to the vice president and what's that other Elon Musk and what they were saying. So can we be honest about that? And they
how
said
many
that
people were involved in that?
I think it was a total of like 20, 30 people in downtown Cincinnati. Yeah, it was a lot of heads.
Disrupt the nation. Okay.
No, but I'd say that it disrupted that area, which gave national attention and world attention because people in Russia was paying attention to what was going on because it was put on social media. See, you're trying to minimize the situation. You're trying to minimize it, and it's much more bigger than you think. And that's the problem.
It's going to be as big as you make it.
It's only maximized because of social media.
Yeah.
No. It's maximized because we're not handling it right as a nation. You have leadership who's picking race. They're picking the color of somebody's skin over the citizenship and the people who pay taxes in this nation.
So let's dive into this a little bit. Okay. So what is because let's use that as an example of what you're saying. All right. So has the Russian guy been brought up on any charges or have been arrested?
They arrest him, but he should have been held in ICE and detainment. We don't know if this guy is what they call them RBG, what they call them Russian spies or whatever. KGB. You know what I'm talking about. We don't know what was his purpose here. We're complaining about the Asian Chinese spy balloons. I look like that Russian was a damn spy balloon. Like, can we be honest?
So the other people that and they did bring up the other, they did identify about 3 or 4 other people that was involved. Am I right?
Yes, it was 3 or 4, and he was complaining about, well, you can't hit a white woman, a middle-aged white woman. How many times a white cop done beat up a black woman upside her head? So I don't want to hear what this white man had to say that's a vice president about this nonsense. This is why he need to be removed and specifically removed by black conservatives. But, they ain't got the heart and soul to do that because they ain't with the Negro American agenda. They ain't with that type of funk. They ain't with that type of band.
Yeah. Well, I'm always you hear me say this. I do not allow myself to chase other people rabbit holes, okay? Because I like to hear and make sure I pay attention to all the stuff that's being said so I can know. It's kind of the same thing. A lot of people don't know what happened with the Breonna Taylor thing. A lot of people ran with that, not knowing that there were many factors to the Breonna Taylor story here in Louisville, Kentucky. But the media took it one way, but we who lived here and experience, we knew there were multiple things about the Breonna Taylor thing that did not even hit the news, didn't even nobody even knew about and everything. So I got to a point now. I just do not allow myself to get caught up on chasing rabbit holes without me really need to understand what's the whole scenario. And there's a and that's another thing about our media and about our country and everything. You know, man, people get triggered. Okay, and then this I'm gonna go even deeper than that. Culturally, we get triggered. Okay,
I mean,
sometimes
we're a very passionate people to begin with,
yeah,
off off the top. But
off the
yes,
top, off the
when it
top.
comes to
And
certain things, the media, and I think that that's known information
that is known information. I'm a
among
military
those,
guy. I'm telling you now, that is military ops. When
and so
they
it's done on purpose.
see, there's military ops as a person who have worked, been in, who a person who has secret clearance and was at what we call a PONT, planning and operation and training at my level, and I have been at those type of meetings. I'm talking about this not Boy Scouts, I'm talking about real planning, operation, and trainings of military special ops. Yet these men, and especially I'm not part of special, but these meetings occur. Um, every detail is covered. What's a threat? Who's part of it? How can we? How propaganda? Everything is evaluated when I mean the military when they break down. They got levels. I remember the first time I went to one of those. I didn't realize how layer. I mean, it's like down to the D. I mean, basically, they know you got snot in your nose and everything. You because based on this, that here, it's not supposed to be running down. I'm exaggerating, but I'm just talking about the details of crap and everything. So you do not think culturally that we have been what uh, 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 they say scouted. You know, you know, we know how we operate and how we move and everything. Yeah. I'm just I'm just learn how to let things flow a little bit so I get the rest of the story. Go ahead, Negro.
So you know that one group who is a dominant society, who is a part of the military, who is a part of the government, they have a high concentration of power, who have more of a superior advantage over the other ethnic groups here in America. But you don't see that that's not a form of supremacy. Let me.
No. I
You
see.
even acknowledge that. No, you
No, no.
even acknowledge that now.
No,
So we got
no.
to be really frank.
But see, when I you didn't hear what I said. There is a dominant. Matter of fact, it was the Black Panthers when I was 18 years old. When they asked me, and I've never forgotten it because the first time I heard someone that looked like me say the dominant society, you would think that I heard it. I heard it from Black Panthers, okay, and they said to me, they said, "Do you know why we created the Black Panthers?" Okay, and I didn't really understand. They broke it down to me. I'm gonna try to paraphrase. They said we created the Black Panthers because we needed it's called they use the jungle. It's like being in the jungle, okay? You have the lion who has their own perimeter. So they were saying the dominant majority is the white people. They have control of the jungle of America. So we had to create our perimeter. Okay. We had to create our perimeter. And what we did is we created our perimeter. But unfortunately, what we discovered is that the dominant society would not back us through the laws and through the government. They would. So when we took up arms against the dominant society, they had the means and the ability to strike us down to the point that they gave us options. We either go to jail based on whatever trumped up shit they put on us or join the military. That was their options. I remember those guys telling me that was their options. Their options was you either, you know, so when you saying white supremacy, I realize that it is a dominant society. And this is what the brother said. He said, there going to be a time that the system is going to be able to give you the same power to fight up against the dominant society because the system is going to be on your side as well. He said, it's just not happening for us right now. Okay. It ain't going to happen. So we got to get in here. We got to take our family, got to do what we got to do. There's going to be a time. I'm believing I'm seeing those times. Okay. I'm seeing those times. And it got to come through our men. It's not going to come through our women. It got to come through our men. So, for one sense, I do agree with a lot of your aggression, your attitude, and everything. But I do so believe that we got to be very tactful. You got, I mean, I guess that's my military. You know, you got to not put yourself in such a way that you're a target that people see you coming. See, there's a saying. Okay, don't make yourself a target before you're able to accomplish your mission. Okay, you don't want to make yourself a target that they see you coming and they can wipe you out before you even get started. Sometimes have to know how to finesse this thing and know how to move and make things happen and everything. And that's kind of, I don't know if you got what I was saying, but the idea when you say the white society or the white, I know I take that off the table when I'm in the room talking with them. I don't give them. I lay ahead. Yeah. Is there a dominant demographics of people who control the thing? Yeah, but I don't say they the white people. Okay, yeah, I say the dominant demographic because I found out here in Louisville, Kentucky, there's a dominant majority of people who look like. Am I right, Joe? There's a dominant people who look like us in here who's running shit. Okay, and they interested in keeping shit the same way, and they look like us. Okay, they look like us, and they kissing up to the dominant majority of people who keeps them in power. So I no longer look at the dominant side totally all being white people. No, I say it's a dominant. There's a dominant demographics of people who's running things. And one group I like to call them the Jews. I definitely know. I'm gonna call them out. Okay, they definitely behind the thing. But white America is white America is not in much control as you think they are. And I learned that majority of white America can't do anything without us who look like us give them the permission to do. Did you know that? Majority of the stuff that white America is doing to us is given by the permission of people who look like us, who's in power, giving them the permission to do it because they're getting
Obama.
paid.
Obama.
Obama. But anyway, go ahead, Negro.
All right, I posted up two things because I heard Mr. Carl talking about this Karl Marx theory and yada yada yada. So when you're using dominant society and all that, I have it in the purple pill. That is Marxism type of theories. I just want to throw that out there. When you use the term white supremacy, that is more of a nationalistic, American and nationalistic perspective and or narrative. So I just want to throw that out there for educational purposes only. And I do have a Google AI search to justify and to back and to support where I'm coming from. And it's the reason why I don't mix my words and say dominant culture. I might use it sometimes because I get tired of using white supremacy all the time. But I'm going to make sure that I say white supremacy, white nationalism, to point out a specific culture and an ideology and a mindset that is coming from America when it's coming from dominant society folks.
And I agree with it. That's what my book is about. It's the color construct. So I agree that there is a color construct systematically thing that is intentionally to make you see and look at the boogeyman, to make you feel and see that the white man boogeyman is your only, and there's people operating behind that ain't white. Okay,
And all they got to do is put it out there.
Put the white boogeyman up in.
As a man thinketh, so shall he be.
Yeah, you triggered and you run. But you got people who already know They don't work that damn system of the color construct so well that all they got to do is trigger you with the white man, the white thing, and you gone. You gone. You gone. You done ran off all that and done what you think. And they just go on by their business. Say, yep, we got one. Yep, they gone and everything. Yeah. So I hear you, bro.
Years later, and they ain't got to do nothing else
Yeah. They
because
got
we
no
done
damn
we
thing
done
else.
ran with it.
He took that
Okay,
bait.
so
He took that bait and ran with it. But woo,
see,
gone.
the thing is, like, I even look at terms like Drapetomania, where Negro people were running off the plantation against white folks, and they considered them people crazy. See, the craziest thing about white supremacy in the dominant culture is to make it seem like when you're advocating for your rights, advocating for your self-preservation, that you're the crazy one, that you're the people that need to be locked up in jail, that you're the people that need to be shot up, murdered, and killed. This is why the Black Panthers were exterminated. Like, this is stuff that my mentor has sat back and told me when I was working underneath him when I was younger, right? So these are things that I'm discussing with you to highlight. When you use these interchangeable things, you're devaluing what has happened to our people. By show me the Jewish person that said that they ain't calling out Nazism and Nazi suppression, right? And they still got reparations because they know that that's devaluing the harms that was placed against them. See,
Bro,
I could
hold
call
on.
on that too. See, and
Check
you
this
know
out.
I'm
Check this
speaking
out.
truth to power.
No, check this out. See, you actually fell right into what I was at. Guess what the Jews did? See, the Jews, they come right. Look it up, man. Let's talk to you a little bit, all right?
I
Man,
mean, and it's almost like I feel what you're saying, because I mean, basically, they set the whole thing up so that they
set the
can get
whole
the
damn
money.
thing up. Yeah, they set the whole damn thing up. And the Jews sat back and said, they sat back and he said, yeah. We go.
It's
Yeah,
sales 101. Create the problem,
You
solve
and
the
I
problem,
ourselves, you know what I'm
explain
talking about.
value.
Yeah.
Create the problem, solve the
Create the
problem, explain
problem.
value. That's exactly what they did.
Did the Jews do it? I mean, it's something to be learned from the Jews. Okay, that's why I ain't mad. You know, I got a point now. I actually, you know what, Joe? Actually, I have gotten there. I ain't mad at the Jews. I ain't mad at them all. It's called Street 101. Okay, Street Hood. If you can take what we say, if you can take a nigga. Okay, I hate saying this word, but I'm gonna say, if you can take someone and they ain't hip to the game, you take them. Okay, you do what you do to make it happen. So what did the Jews do? Let's talk. You know, since I'm just gonna Negro, you bring this out of me. Sometime I get Let's talk about this a little bit. All right.
Wait, we got a special guest. Wait, 2 seconds. We got a special guest, Brother Steven. He's a Negro man lawyer, black man lawyer. He don't like Negro though. He don't like Negro though.
Who don't like Negro?
He don't like Negro though.
Wait a minute. Why you? He's in my space. Don't be attacking me. He's in my space.
I'm not attacking him. I'm just joking, man. He cool though. He cool. He a black man. I'm just letting you know for the record. He a black man lawyer. So
okay.
Just letting you know.
So maybe let me go ahead and get out what I'm about to just, and this is some fun. You know, I'm just about to throw this out and fun and everything because and a matter of fact, before I even say, I just got my my proof of my second book back, man. You know, my second book is back. I Am Messiah. It came out of production. They get ready to go ahead and put it into print and everything. And and it's something happened. I just told her, hey Joe, let me tell you something. Hey, and you're an author too, Negro. Let me tell you what happened, man. Stephen, this listen here to this. It's all part of the same thing about what I'm about to say. When I dropped my book, my first book was one thing, but when I dropped this book, I Am a Messiah, okay, man, I got a whole lot of people like, what the hell? Especially some of these Christian, black Christian folks, what you know? But let me tell you something. When this publishing company who I'm going with is a very credible, when they sent my book back to me from production, because I know my book, y'all got to hear me. I saw the adjustments and things that they done on my book to make my book pop even better than what I gave it to them. Do you understand? Y'all, I mean, they went through it in such a manner, and I like, ooh, smack! Look what they just did here. That means that they caught what I was saying. Okay, they read and understood what I was putting down. Brother, when I spoke to them today, I said, look at here. They called me to talk to them. I said, let me, before you even say anything, I want you to know. And you go back, you tell them. I peeped the adjustments y'all did in my book. Yeah. I peeped it. I said, wow, somebody really read and sat down and but Joe, you would only understand what I'm saying. They went and put more details about certain things I alluded to. They didn't allude to it. They put it in there. They did it. They did it. Okay. They asked me to go and look at it, and I'm letting them know, oh, I peeped what you did. Matter of fact, I peeped what you did. That means that you know exactly what I'm talking about. That was deep. Y'all don't understand. This is what I'm talking about. When you talk, and that leads to my thing talking to Jews. What you must understand is that white America, traditional white America, got played by the Jews as well, Negro. Okay. White America thought that as long as what Jews could pass as white, they were going to take care of them. And as long as the game was going good with them, they was good. But they found out that the Jews didn't give a flip about them either. Okay. Jews is about Jew work. Okay. Jews is about Jews. Okay. Jews ain't about if you ain't a Jew, you know, there's multiple levels of Jews. Okay. If you got to run with Jews, you got to come under the Jew authority. And if you don't come under the Jew authority, you an outcast. And what white America started, traditional white America, those of European descent, started realizing that the Jew culture only give a flip about what's in it for the Jew culture. And they will dog, play, hustle, do anything they want to do. Now, I say all that. Culturally, we are a dominant demographics of people. Do you know who the Jews fear the most? They don't fear white. They don't fear the white boys. They fear us. They fear us more than they fear white American men. Why? Because it's already in our DNA that we are dominant demographics of people. How do you know that? MeShorn, you don't know it. Look what Black Wall Street did. Look what all the little towns did when we were able to compete without the government interfering with when Carl said, when we competed without government interference, we wiped their ass. We wiped them up. We competed and we kicked ass, took names, and built towns, built infrastructure. Look at Black Wall Street. Do you know what happened? Why Black Wall Street went down? Those white men were coming back from war, came to the town. Many of our young brothers and everything wasn't allowed to go in the military, so they went ahead and made they sitting at home making money. They built a whole. Think about go read about Black Wall Street. They had theaters, banks. They had a whole infrastructure of crap happening. The white European and Jews. How I know
you
this
don't mention white supremacy though. You don't mention white supremacy, which they are.
No. I do it intentionally because it was Jews who used the whites to fight up against. We are the best allies to traditional European white men, black men, us, descendants of slaves. They should be allies with us. But the Jews used them and made them feel a certain kind of way against us and caused them to get in planes and come in and bomb Black Wall Street. Bomb it. Why did they bomb it? Because it's the old Cain story. They were envy of how our brothers and sisters was rolling. Y'all need to understand that. They were envy of how those men had to come to our banks to get a loan. They had to come in our community to see how we were rolling. Go peep it. So the Jews don't fear white America, really. They fear us. They fear us. And you all need to understand that. You need to stop playing that white color construct BS, man. The Jews is playing us against the color construct to keep us docile and fury and fighting against one another. That's why I don't like using whites. There ain't no goddamn white supremacy. As long as you it's only white supremacy between your head, between your two ears, if you keep telling yourself that. When I worked in the operating room, I why I got fired. I got fired because I was a bad mother, shut your mouth. I was a dominant surgical scrub tech. The doctors feared me. The nurses feared. Why did they fear me? Because I knew how to stand toe to toe and talk my shit. Because why? They paid me to be in the operating room, to be a surgical technician. I had on my jacket. I knew how bad I was. I even had on my jacket, surgical technologist extraordinaire. It said, he said, MeShorn, I can't believe you put that on your jacket. You surgical tech extraordinaire. I knew how bad I was. I knew how good I was. And when those white females had the opportunity after my supervisor retired, I got fired 6 months later. But they overplayed themselves because they didn't know I was financially capable. And I got me a lawyer and I sued them and I got paid again. But my point is, we got to understand who we are. So I don't like saying white supremacy. I don't say that crap. I'd rather say there's a dominant society and I know how to play the game at the chessboard. Let's play. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna play you. Come on, let's play. Hey, you ain't no superior to me. Let's play. Sit there in front of me. Let's play. That's
when you
what
be,
I'm
when
trying
you
to
when
say.
you when you believe in that superiority complex,
You out the game.
then when you get played
Yeah,
on the job like that, you don't fight back. You
that's
say
right.
F it and you say F them and you keep it moving, but then you leave it open for the rest of people behind you to still have to deal with it. Why? Because you didn't fight back. And why didn't you fight back? Because they still your boogeyman.
Like, hey.
Okay, wait. Can I
Oh, hold
push
on.
back on some of this stuff?
Let me add to that. See,
Y'all doing a
Joe.
lot of padding over there.
Yeah. But you know what? This is our show, so let us pad it. Okay. Joe knows how I roll. Okay. So Joe know what Joe just said is some truth. When I went on a talk show with older brothers, they was 70, 80-year-old brothers, and told them I got fired from the hospital because they're going to accuse me of touching a white woman and everything, and they lied on me. This is what the older brothers told me. I told you this, Joe. Piss me to HELL. Brother MeShorn, you should have known better than to touch that white woman. How do you go in the operating room talking to white people the way you talk to white people? It was just a matter of time you was going to get fired, and you got fired. So what happened to you is because of what you did. Man, I went to HE. I said, what the hell you talking?
This was before you won the case.
Yeah, this before I won the case. Yeah, this before. I said, what the hell you talking? This ain't no 16, 17, 18. They lying on me.
Yeah, they still remember when they was called boys.
Yeah, they still remember when they were called boys. I said they lied on me. So you said, what are you talking about? I said, hold up. I'm a professional, and that person a professional. They wanted me to say I touched. I said I tapped her on the shoulder and got her attention because we're two professional colleagues sitting in the middle of the hallway talking about what we're talking about. And just because this Karen goes and run out and get everybody to say and call me a terroristic person and say I'm threatening, hey, they thought they can lie and they're going to get away with it. That's right. See, Negro,
But you know why they thought that? Because
they had
always
already
do.
done it so many other times before.
Exactly.
They had already done it so many times. They had people.
And so many people bow down to it and allow
because
that
the
to happen.
white man's superiority. They fired me, and it was meant for me to be fired. Oh, I was only trying to stand up for myself. But the white man, he fired me and went on and took their little money, went on. But see, I didn't see them as white superiority. I never looked at them that way. You just interfere with my means of making income. You just mess with my ability to take care of my family. You just interfered and lied on my damn name. No, hell
No matter what color you are.
And I don't give a flip for what color you are. You just lied on my money and interfered with me. I'm making good. I'm making over $37 an hour in this joint, and you gonna run a lie on me and lie on my name? And some people should have thought I should have said, hey, the white supremacy, that's what they do. I should just take my money. I should just take me being fired and go home and go home to my wife. No, I didn't do that. My wife, look at here. My wife said in 5 years, I'm not the same man. I went to HELL. Joe, you was around. Did I go off? I fought that thing like a grown ass man.
It's a difference in when you don't buy into the superiority complex, whether you gonna take that first 10 grand day or that first 20 grand that they gonna offer you.
Yeah, they try to offer me that. The highest they got was 50,000, trying to offer me 50. I'm like, hey, dude, my wife and I make over 6 figures. You better. Who you think you talking to? No, if you can offer me 50,000, look at here. That means I'm going for a whole lot more. See, my money. See, I'll let you go with this. Negro, I dropped 10. I can tell you my business. Look here. I dropped 10,000 out of my funds to get the payoff that I got. How many of us got 10,000? See, when many of us operate from an inferior, broke position, then you can say, oh, the white man is more superior than you. Who they would say. You can operate from that. But when you got capital and you're intelligent and you're confident about who you are, see, they thought they can outlast me. That's what they was trying to do. They were trying to outlast me.
When black people,
but when they realized that I had paper, I had the means
enough
to fight them. You ain't gonna lie on my damn name. You got me twisted, and that's why I titled my book, "I'm Not Your Black American." What I really wanted to say, I ain't your NIGGER. You got me
Who taught
twisted.
you to hate your own kind?
Go ahead, Nick.
Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
I'm gonna be really short and direct. It's funny how you mentioned the Jews and the Europeans here on the main soil of the United States and how they work together, and that's the example of global white supremacy. No different from J.D. Vance operating and co-signing those Russians. See, I could sum up white supremacy right there, short and sweet, without all that padding that y'all guys doing over there.
Yeah, you sound padded, but I'm talking about a real story, though. I'm talking about a real story, though. Real story.
No. I'm not knocking the real story. The real story is the real story. If you win, you win. But the thing is, what makes it even more white supremacy, they had you underneath a gag order, so you couldn't even tell your own people how they can advance.
Hey,
So who really went? No, but
don't
who
go
really
that
won? Who
don't
really
go
won
down
though?
something you don't understand how that went down. Don't. You
Yeah,
know,
but that's the thing though. I mean, if you ain't pulling from the jewels that's being dropped and how the story is being dropped
see,
without giving
you're
names and
right,
without,
exactly.
you know what I mean?
See,
If you can't pull from the
if you
jewels
can't
that's
pull
being
from,
dropped
thank
there,
you, Joe.
then can't
See,
nobody
that's
help
what
you.
Joe. Thank you, Joe. See, you know what happened? I went a whole year not real. I was sick. So you gonna try to say something? I was sick when I realized that. Damn, I sound a gag, and I can't even talk about this shit. I was sick. I was sick because I wanted who y'all think I want to go talk to? I wanted to tell my people, my people, my people. But for me to get that paper once I had cornered them and got them to come clean, because you don't know, to make them come clean. Yeah, they had to come clean, and to have them come clean. Yeah, my wife and I had
And
to
and
sign.
and look, and they had to come clean, not just to you. They
Yeah,
had to come clean in court.
yes.
You had a judge. You had a judge that notated that they had to come clean.
Yeah.
And that judge was what was that? I can't remember. That judge a sister or
No. It was a white woman. It was a white
it was a
woman.
white woman, and
Yeah, it
she
was
pointed out that you got them and that they
yeah,
messed up.
yeah,
Now, with that in mind, she's gonna go some conversations about that as well. So
yeah.
the word's gonna get out, and obviously she was a what you call it an adversary in
Yeah,
that moment.
yeah. Because
Um,
the same case, if it would have happened to me 60 years ago, I've been in jail. Okay, I've been in jail.
there's a
Same.
reason why it's called Up Shit's Creek.
Yeah, I would have been. Yeah, I would have been 60 years, 70 years ago. The same thing. Same situation. Matter of fact, Emmett Till. I mean, even the judge even said to me, your case is as big as Emmett Till if it's not bigger. I said, yes, ma'am, I know.
And
She
that's a
said,
white woman
and
saying
it's a
that.
white
That's
woman that
amazing.
she was blown away. She said, your case is as big as Emmett Till, if it's not bigger. I said, yes, ma'am. And she told me, you won. You done beat them. I said, yes, ma'am. They never expected you to be here. That's what she. So, Negro, what I'm trying to tell you, brother, even though I love your energy and I understand where you're coming from, there's tactics to how you go about and you do things. Okay. And that's what I'm learning that many of that's what I was sick about. But then I learned, I did. I had to go a year. My wife didn't want me talking about it. And now she's mad at me because she said, you talk too much. I said, because here's the real deal. Yeah, and I can tell y'all this so you understand. If I put out all the details of what went down in my case, they can come back to me and ask me for all that and more. Okay. So what do y'all think I'm trying to do? I'm gonna give y'all. I'm just things recorded. What do you think? I am working my ass off to make some major investments and things happen because I'm looking to make what I made and more. So then when my paper right, see, I'm a little eager than what I'm trying. When my paper right, I'm gonna drop what the hell I want to say and be ready for them to come after me. And so I can go, I'm good. What you say you need, you want it back? Yeah, good. Here it is. Bam! Hey, get out of my face. Now I'm going to write a movie, do what the hell I want to do. See, there's reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing now. I have major intentions of what I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm gagged, but I'm not gagged as much as I want to because I'm doing something I want to do. Go ahead, Negro.
All right, yeah. So the point that I'm trying to get at is that I'm not. I think the problem is that our community has a problem with dealing with reality, right? Yes, we do have outliers in our community, but not understanding the plight of our collective of people and where we're at as a wealthless group, right? And how that has an effect on our community and our society, right? And not taking that into consideration is a major problem. And that's some of the things, and that's why I say the things that I say instead of more of the dominant society. Because I heard Brother Carl out here talking about, oh, you're trying to talking that Marxism stuff. When you're using that dominant society talk, you're using that Marxism talk, Mr. Carl. You're using that Marxism talk. Yeah, I'm trolling with you, man. But on a much more serious note, the thing is, the reason why I use white supremacy because I'm a Black American, I'm a Negro American. Those are the things that happened to me on American soil from a nationalistic perspective. And when I use a dominant society perspective, that means it falls into the lies of globalism, where everybody has gone through the same thing. Now everybody went through the same experience as Negro Black American folks, and we need to be honest about that.
Hey, Joe, I want to ask Joe to change the title since your brother's not up here. Let's change this title to change the title to I'm trying to get this right. Change the title to, you know, are you defeated when you identify that there is a white supremacy? When you give I'm trying to read. Are you
When you
already
I get where
acknowledge
you're
white
going at with it.
supremacy,
I get where you're going at with
are
this
you
question.
already defeated when you say there's a white supremacy versus not acknowledging it?
No. I'm going to say that I'm not as defeated. I'm not defeated. But if I do catch it now, I'll be like, hey, it is what it is. But I'm still going to try my best against the opposition, because that's what my forefathers have done. That's what my
Yeah,
ancestors have done.
but
So
here's
like the thing is, we identify them based off their criminality and what they call themselves. They call themselves white supremacists. White supremacists are insurrectionists. White
but
supremacists are
have you been
domestic
to
terrorists.
what I love about going to the
That's
Memphis?
where I'm more or less coming from.
Yeah, I went to the Memphis Museum. My wife and I went to the Memphis Museum. All this time, I was hearing, black this, black that, black this. If y'all not been to the, Carl, you been to the Memphis Museum? Anybody here been to the Memphis Museum? Anybody? Anybody else?
Yeah, what was the name of it?
The Memphis Museum. I just the Martin Luther King, where a lot of different things in a civil rights museum.
I went to the museum. Yes, right by the motel,
Right by the
right?
hotel, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what? You know what? The most probably I stood there. I stood there for the longest. My wife stood there. I saw the signs of those brothers standing. You know what they were? The same signs that they were standing there with. You remember the signs they were standing there with? I am a man. The whole, I mean, it was thousands of them. I am a man. What they were saying, they didn't give a damn about them calling themselves white or white supremacy. I am a man and you will treat me right. That was the most powerful thing. If you've ever been to the Civil Rights Museum down in Memphis, they will not saying I'm black and that be way before the I'm black and I'm proud. Those men, they're all men, all brothers. No women was in the crowd at all. They said, "I have you ever seen the Civil Rights? You can pull it up. I am a man.
Yeah,
You go.
I've seen it. Yes.
No, I'm talking to the young. If you ain't never seen it, they wasn't talking about I'm black or Negro. They said, I'm a man. And that message was this here. I don't give a flip. You can call yourself white supremacy. You can call whatever you want. My authority comes from God. I am a man. And you will treat me right. That's what those brothers were saying back then. They were a lot more astute. Way more astute than we are. You go and see that museum, or you can pull it up and see I Am a Man museum of our brothers. Thousands of them standing out there with the sign. Every one of them had a sign saying, I am a man. What were they saying? What were they saying? That was a metaphor. I am a man. That's all the sign said. I'm a man. And they knew they couldn't go through they couldn't go through the front door. They knew that white America called themselves superior. They knew the condition that they was up against. But every one of those men had a sign saying, I am a man. What was their message? Carl?
Still a nigga.
That they're been created by God and endowed with unalienable rights.
That's exactly right.
Let me say this, MeShorn. Just because I don't co-sign on that propaganda tool of that Negro so proudly pronounced,
Right.
does not diminish that I don't understand that there's an ideology. There are Confederates, there are Klan, there are white nationalists, they are the dominant society, it's the government, systematic racism, systematic oppression. There's a lot of terms for that same ideology. Just because I don't co-sign on the label does not diminish my understanding of the ideology that's been perpetrated against my people.
No. The point that I was challenging you on, brother Carl, is that you were I feel like you were cherry picking, right? You'll say that when I talk about white supremacy, that I'm pushing that Karl Marx theory, whatever, and you're doing the exact same thing when you use the dominant society and the dominant culture. So
no, we're not.
Wait. The point that I'm highlighting is that I'm talking about it from a nationalistic perspective. One could argue American first perspective. So who's really American first, if you want to really break that down? But you're going to sit here and demonize me and say that I'm wrong and this, that, and the third for saying
we're not
and that's
demonizing
the
you.
hypocrisy that I was pointing out, the cherry picking that I'm
there go
pointing
that
out.
conflation again.
Yeah, we wouldn't demonizing you, brother. And I'm gonna re-emphasize it again. There is no such thing as white people and black people. Okay. That is a construct that was made up by the dominant society to implement the division of separatism, its hegemony or hegemony to keep a certain demographics of people under the thumb of other people. Okay. So when and I remember this, I love it. The moment that I denounced that I was black, don't call me black. I don't see me black. I don't see you white. I was no longer under the hegemony. I would not identify someone as white because the moment that you keep telling someone that they're white, you're also telling yourself that you're inferior to them by saying you're black. The system was rigged that way. So I felt good when I came to the understanding there is no such thing as white people and black people. That's a construct. It's made up. And you want to know why we continually being captured in it? Because we continue buying into it. Keep buying into it.
Basically, we can't even get out of our own head.
Yeah. Man, the head job been done so good and everything. And you know what? And the people who sit back and laugh at us, who put it all together, because even now, those who identify as white starting to realize the Jews played them too. the ones who's benefiting from this color construct, white and black, is the ones who, the smallest majority of people, okay, in the United States, okay, a large majority of them running every damn thing, okay, and they got us, who we should be allies with, the natural American Europeans that helped form and created this country, and we who are descendants of slaves, we actually should be brothers and sisters fighting up against anybody who's trying to destroy us and divide us in the United States of America. We actually should be working together to prevent anybody who's an immigrant passing as white or passing as black. Anyone who's an immigrant who wasn't born and raised here on the United States of America trying to pass under the color construct as white and black, we who are the Americans, and you can't be more American than we who were born and manufactured on plantations on the soil of the United States of America. You can't be no more American than that. We should never allow anyone to separate us and divide us against one another on the soil of the United States of America. This is our country. But if you don't walk in that type of authority, you going around, he the white man, he the buggy man, oh, he the white supremacy. Oh, you giving away your damn authority. You giving it away. That's what I'm really trying to say when I wrote my book. I'm not your black, America. I'm telling the dominant culture, I am not your NIGGER, and I no longer buy into your color contract. And I'm not really talking to them. I'm talking to the Jewish community. If you go read the back cover of my book, every time I have someone read the back cover, when you read the back cover of my book, you know exactly who I'm talking to. I said, spells it out. Am I right, Carl? It said, first glance pass. I spell it right out on the back of my book, who I'm talking to. I'm not even talking to actually the American Europeans. I'm speaking to the Jewish community. I peep you. I see what you're doing. I will not allow you to divide me against my brothers and sisters. Those who are Americans, you want me to see them white, and you want them to see me black. I won't play your damn game no more. This is my country. I'm gonna fight up against you. That's the game. That's the real game that's going on. That's real. You got to be astute and peep that game. That's what's the real game going on. That's why we created I'm Not Your Black. I Ain't Your Black show construct, this show. We trying to help. I don't know. I got less years here. Oh, God, don't take me out of here before it's time. I'm trying to do my best to help wake us up from under the color construct that only benefit the people who want us to be divided and fighting against one another. How much of that?
The have-nots are fighting against the have-nots, and it's sad.
Yeah.
All right.
They have a little bits against the have-nots, the have-nots against the have-nots, the have-nots against the have a little bit more. It's everybody. This is all the same people. And MeShorn, I want to give you your props though, because you will go straight up in the hood like you did this last weekend and set up a table at the Dirt Bowl. Right? I mean, you in the hood of the hood, and you will talk this talk,
right in the hood
to the people who, that has got to be the most difficult.
Yes.
Of them all. You know what I mean? Because you got the new generation that's letting the young white boys use the N-word.
Yeah, I know.
Around them like it's all good.
Yeah,
and the same people who walk in Habib's store and slap it up with them and say, "Hey, what's up?" and Dino's and everybody. They cool with all of them. While it's the foreigner, the Arab, and the one or two black women that they got working for them behind the counter.
My God!
They're not gonna have the black men behind the counter.
No,
you know what I mean?
They degrade us by getting them.
You will go in that community and set up a table and talk your talk with your book, man. I mean, you're a special brother. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And actually, since you brought it up, I had a great time, man. I was there from 9:00 until 7:00, man, and I sold a lot of books. But check this out. It wasn't even, I gave away books too. It wasn't even about that. You know what I got the most fun of? It was the people who learned something about what I was talking about when they realized that I was talking about coming from under the color card. You're not black. There's no such thing as black. There's no such thing as white. That is a construct that was made to make you keep you, to make you stay on your square. Okay. And as long as they can keep you on your square, you're no threat to them. Get off your goddamn square. Stop being so obedient.
When you
Stop.
get off the square, then that's when you get assassinated. Right?
Yeah, that's when you get assassinated. So anyway, anyone else who wants to come up, no, Negro, I know you got something to say. Everybody, hey, I hope all of y'all, been some people sitting here, what part of this you agree with? It's always interesting. Sometimes when people are sitting here and say, you don't know whether they got ears or not. There's no emotion. You don't get no thumb, get no up. You don't get 100. You don't get it. I'm just clowning with y'all a little bit. I don't get anything. I don't even know. Are you deaf? Are you can hear? I'm trying to get a response. I don't get a thumb up. I don't get a thumb down. I don't get 100. I get a laugh, anything. Just want to make sure, y'all can hear me.
Hey, look, right now, if you're a real person, everybody who's a real person give a thumbs up right now.
Yeah, if you're a real person, give a thumb up. Okay, we got one real person. Oh Lord, everybody else is okay, suspect. All right,
They'll say I'm a bot. They'll say the Negro Black Knight's a bot. That's what they've been saying about black. They'll think I'm a Russian bot. That's what they would say.
Everybody got some suspects here. All right.
So we got three people who are listening that
hadn't moved. Hadn't moved.
They could potentially be spies. I don't know.
Yeah, you could be spies. Okay, all right. Hey, listen up. Go ahead, Negro. Where you want to jump in at, man? I'm having fun.
I'm surprised that you ain't got ran out the hood by saying ain't no white supremacy.
Hold up. Don't put words in my mouth, brother.
Conflation.
You say don't put words in my mouth, brother. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. I said I am aware that there is a dominant society out here, but I will not say a white supremacy. I will not give that. I think that's the worst thing you could do to a demographic of people who already think they got you by you feed and say, oh, there's a white man, there's a white boogeyman, there's a white society out here. I think it's the worst thing you could do when you go walk in the room. Oh, I tell you, when my wife and I first got married, okay? My wife is, and she living here in the West End. I'm always been culturally able to go wherever I want. I'm an E7. I serve this country. I go where the flip. I want to go with no idea or caring who's there. I walk in the room like I own it. I don't care who it is. Okay. That's the way I roll. Okay. So my wife and I, I was taking her to fine dining restaurants and going out to different places. She's sitting in there and she says to me, it's all white people in here. Really? I just see people. I don't give a damn. Hey, they just some people in here. I don't give a damn. I don't care. We here. That's all that matters. We here. That's all that matters. We here. Okay? I don't give a flip. I took her to a nice restaurant. Upscale restaurant. Because I'm a surgical technologist.
What's it called?
21C. You know where I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah,
right. Y'all went to proof. Y'all went to proof.
We went to proof. Yeah. Upscale. Highly upscale. Yeah. Hey, they're in the door. Probably more than my car. Okay.
Yeah. I'm mad they took the rabbit off the menu. But, I digress.
We sitting in there, have a good time. You get to that. We the only one in there look like us. Hey, don't care. Don't give a flip. This ain't the 18, 16, 19. I can go wherever the HELLI wants to go. Because I don't have this.
But you know what? I just remembered. You caused some sterile.
So you're going in them sundown towns now. So you're going in them sundown towns now, huh?
Don't bring
So you
that.
doing
I'm just trying.
that's right downtown Louisville, Kentucky. That ain't
Yeah, I know. I did.
downtown
Yeah,
nothing.
it was not just me. It was me, some other people. Yeah. Since you brought up, yeah. So we in the restaurant, sitting on the darn.
Now hold on. Now let me preface.
Go
this.
ahead. You set it up.
Well, let me. Proof is a nice space. It is attached to 21C, which is a hotel museum.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
they have multiple locations and around the U.S.
Right.
One here in Louisville, and typically they grab art from the tri-state area,
Right.
right? And so, what do we say about art? Art is
beholden to
beauty.
the eyes of the beholder, right?
Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So art is all about what you see, right? So go ahead.
So
you and let me say, you can walk back and forth. You can go to Proof and you can grab a glass of wine or whatever, and then go walk through the museum.
Yeah.
And the museum
it's open.
It's a whole museum. It's open. Upstairs, downstairs, and then they have the rooms in different spaces or elevators, different floors.
So hanging on the wall in full view, a Confederate man riding the back of a Negro. I'm gonna use a Negro. He looked like a monkey. Okay, on fours.
I mean, it was a cartoonish drawing.
Cartoonish, yeah. But it was in full view. Okay, everybody, I'm sitting here like, what?
It's a piece of art on the wall.
Oh yeah, and a Confederate flag in the picture and everything. I'm sitting here. My wife, I looked at this. I looked at my wife, looked at it. What the hell is this? And,
it's not a shot or a distance.
Huh? What you say? So
no, my bad. My bad. It went off on mute because I was talking. My bad.
Yeah. So I look at this and I'm like, what is this? So I didn't interrupt my wife and I because we were celebrating our anniversary. Next day, I mean, it was 2 days because it was next day. 2 days later, I came back to the manager's office and everything. Went on up there. I said, look at here, dude. But come to find out, I wasn't the only one. I didn't know. I discovered that I wasn't the only, but when I got there was multiple other brothers and sisters, okay, that was there. And I didn't even know. I was like, wow. And so when I got there, they were complaining about this Confederate white man riding the back of someone. I got a picture of it, and I want to put it. It's so degrading, so disgusting. And this is what they told us: it's art, and the artists, thought it was art and everything. See, we said no. That is degrading. And the thing is, the reason why you were able to get away with it, because many of the brothers, is because y'all not used to seeing us being able to come to these restaurants and go here. So, we in the Kentucky Derby, right? So you know how many people have been there and saw that and never said anything that did not look like us?
Well, was that? Let me ask you a question. Was that in the restaurant or was it in the museum area?
It was in the restaurant. No, it was in the restaurant. It wasn't even in the museum. It was in the restaurant.
Okay.
It's hanging in the restaurant.
Okay. The only reason why I asked is because I know the museum. They switch their art out like every 3.
No, this is in the restaurant.
Months.
Proof. This is in the restaurant.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's why I said, how many people came there and ate and said. And when I went back to my professional environment at work, some of my friends said, I saw that too, MeShorn. You saw that? I said, what did you think about it? You know what they said?
They thought it was art.
They didn't think nothing of it. I said, wow. They took it down. Yeah, they took it down. They removed it and everything. They got written up. It was in the paper too. It got something
I
because
think that's where I saw it.
I think you saw it. It said, and I actually participated, and I didn't intend to. Now, some people, and I did have some people who push back and say, you know, you know, you made something out of it that all it wouldn't have been nothing. I said, see, that's interesting. If your ancestors have been mistreated and done the way that our ancestors, derogatory, name calling, and all the things that we have gone through and this and that, maybe you would appreciate what I'm talking about. You did, but you don't have no ancestors that have gone through and been derogatory, name called, and everything. So, yes, I found it very damn offensive and it needed to come down. That's not art. That was derogatory, offensive, and it needed to come down. But I wouldn't have never got this shit. I
Well,
would have never been in that restaurant had I not what. The only reason I was there in the multiple time is because of the neurosurgeons and people who love me and love my work and everything. I hear that, I ask questions. So they were talking about where they been. Where you going? Yeah, that's the only way I learned about it, Joe. Yeah, what you we talking about? Proof. Where's proof? I didn't know. I've been living. Didn't know it proof. Wait. They said, oh yeah, oh, and I said, and I told them about my anniversary. Oh, MeShorn, this would be a good place to take your wife for your anniversary and everything. That's how I got there. Now we done been there 3 times since then. Okay. That's the only reason I got there, that they told me about it and everything. And the only reason I got there is because I was what? In the company of other people that I had won their trust, respect, and confidence and respect, that they didn't think nothing of it, okay, of having me to go and enjoy. Because what? My paper allowed me to be able to go and take my wife there. Go ahead, Negro.
Yeah,
You're...
I'm about to slide. I'm about to slide out. You guys had a very interesting conversation.
Hey, man. I think
But stay out of them sundown towns. They don't want you there. All right, they don't
it's
want
but
you
I
there.
don't care what
They
I
make
don't
it
care.
known.
Look at that. You see that's the problem. I don't care if they want me there or not. Okay, especially you got to understand. I am a veteran. Have served this country 21 years. Guess what? I don't give a flip about. I've served this country. I can go anywhere I want. Anywhere I want. Anywhere I want. I've served this country. See, when you take that attitude, then you don't hear me saying white supremacy. And I don't think that way. This is my country. I serve this country and I can go where? Anywhere I want. With whom? With my wife, anywhere I want to. I don't hear that. I don't, black people not allowed to go. Where? Who? Tell me where you see that at. Man, I took my wife places where we were the only one there to look like us, and I didn't give a flip. My money, I could go here, and I go there intentionally. Okay, so I mean, I've done some things intentionally, wanting someone to say, "Oh, please say something." But this actually happened in Georgia. My wife and I came. My wife came up to Georgia. I was she came to visit me while I was in military training. We went to get some Georgia peaches, and hey, Johnny, I never tell you this. Just hit me. We standing in line at the Georgia, getting some Georgia peaches, and up there by Savannah, yeah, Augusta, up there by Augusta, Georgia, and we got passed over 3, 4 times. I'm standing right in the standing in the line, yeah, standing right in the line, and they would not serve us. I was shocked. Would not serve us. This in 2000 something. Would not serve us. And I said, hold up. What's going on here? Oh, you don't. Oh, so you think you hurting me because you don't want my money? You don't want my money? Fine. You don't want my money? Cool. I walked on out of there. You don't have to take my money. And went through the next Georgia thing again and bought me some peaches there anyway. You don't. Hey, I'm not gonna beg you to take my money. Okay, there you go. Hey, I'm not even gonna cause a ruckus. You don't want my money? Cool. But yeah, with my wife, it was a real shock that they did not want to serve us. It was really an eye opener to me. And that day and time that they did not want to serve us. We was the only, we were the only ones in there looked like us, and they would not serve us. That's deep,
They
ain't it?
attacked our veterans.
But anyway, we, do you allow when you say white supremacy, when you say it regular, mean, what did you write up here, boy? Oh yeah, white supremacy mean when you already come out and identify that there's a white supremacy.
Hold on. Somebody's on mute.
Yeah, that's Negro, put him on mute. Put him on mute.
In today's time.
Yeah, put him in mute. Joe, you got that? Joe, can you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah. So when you're walking,
it's not him.
when you already
hold on. I'm gonna mute everybody and then just hold on. Okay,
can you hear me now?
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
When you're already talking and thinking that there's a white supremacy, when you already walk in the room and you already think it in your head, you're already defeated. Maybe y'all didn't hear what I just said.
I believe in the ideology of you as a man thinketh, so shall he be. As a man speaketh, so shall he be. You just like you guys were saying earlier. They threw it out there, but we took it and ran with it when it comes to the whole color construct. We ran with it,
co-signed it,
and so it became what it is today because we ran with it.
The boogeyman.
We put that belief in generations' minds, and now years later, this is where we are with that belief. So some people don't even try to work against the color construct because they're already defeated, believing there's nothing that can be done because they are superior.
Yep. You already done bought into the hegemony. The hegemony has already taken root in your mind and now is in your behavior. The hegemony. Yeah, I love this word hegemony. Yeah. Look it up. I'm gonna put it in the thing. Hegemony. HEGEMONEY. Look it up for any of you who don't know what hegemony. When you
some people have become a tool of propaganda and they don't realize.
Yeah. You have already signed off, and I'm putting it in the box here. Okay, hegemony. Okay, it's a word that my ghostwriter shared with me, and I'd never even heard the word before. Never heard the word before. Never heard the word hegemony. What is that? And when Joe, you see it? Why don't you read it to him? You see what it says, or Carl, read what it says hegemony is. You see it?
I'm sorry, I don't see it.
Joe, do you see it? All right. Then I guess I see it. It says hegemony. Definition: the dominance or leadership of one social group over another. Hegemony. So the dominance, and this is the cleanup version because the second version of that, it says, it goes on when you look it up in another dictionary. This actually doesn't have the second version of it. And read it. It says the dominance or leadership of one social group over another. But another definition I read, it says too big, too strong that you no longer fight up against. You're bought into the hegemony. You're so big, so grew. They have become so big and so massive and so in your head that you don't even fight up against it anymore. You just accept it. You tell your children about them. You tell everybody about them. You say this about it. You say it. Your children grow up thinking about it. You already put them in a hegemony complex and a hegemony disposition that you already let your children know. Hey, listen up. They just too big and too awesome to fight.
And that's that mindset that will have people like we talk about with your case. But there, many situations like that done wrong.
Somebody done treat you wrong.
Done wrong. And what do we do as a culture of people? We say, man, F that. That's like our big thing that we do. We say, man, F that. And we walk away from it.
We walk away from it.
As opposed to fighting up against it. But we don't fight up against it because we believe it's too great and too big. I mean, I get it in certain situations. When you deal in big corporate. I mean, I had situation early this year, with the food business I told you about.
Right.
And I mean, you're talking about $1 billion company with $1 million lawyers. Yeah, they're gonna have us in court forever.
Right.
All right. You got to have some big money in order to deal with something like that. But in these situations, I mean, I picked out years ago, probably about 7-8 years ago. I'm driving Uber. I pick a young lady up from Hooters, and she got fired.
Right.
A sister. And it was wrong as the way that she explained it. And so I'm like, well, shoot, you need to call corporate and you need to make a stink about this because that don't sound right. Don't sound like, they over here.
They took advantage of
pulling your
it.
chain.
Right.
Locally on a local level here at this space, they done took advantage of it. You need to speak on this. You can we got free legal aid here.
Right.
And
go handle your
downtown.
business, girl. Yeah. Go handle your business. Right.
You know what she said? Man, F that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We why? Because it's too big. It's too much.
But let me just add this in here, just because literally the organization that I went up against, they had already fired so many of us that would not fight and everything that they got complacent. And what happened? Hey, oh man, I didn't even tell you that. Okay, so I got fired. I had in my 20. I mean, I had been in my 20 years. I had never been to an unemployment office. Never. Don't even know. Never know what an unemployment office. Never knew what an unemployment office looked like. Never had to. Okay, I've always worked. Here I was. Here's what was an eye opener to me. You know that Kentucky, we only make up 8%, 8 to 9% of all of Kentucky. When we talk about our demographics of people. Okay, why is it in the unemployment office wrapped around from the line, from the front all the way around, 98% of the people that was in the line look like me? It was like,
Wow.
I was like, this is Carl. I was like, the only reason I know these numbers because I'm in business. Okay, Carl, Joe. We when you're in business and you're doing a lot of different things, you got to know certain numbers. So I knew that, but majority of black folks is in Jefferson County. All right, but we only make up 8%. So most of
8% of the state, but about 23%
in Jefferson. Why was 98% of the people in the unemployment office from the front door all the way out the damn door, everybody looked like us, looked like me? I was like, what? Wow. What is this? Fortunately, because I'm a veteran, they said, "Oh, you got an 800, but you don't have to stand in this line." I said, "Okay, great." So I was able to go and get the 800 when I got the line. But I was like, how can that be? Well, it's called the at will law. You know that? Yeah, who don't know? You know, I did my own research. Who know what an
They
at
can they
will?
can they can fire you at will. They ain't
At
got to have
for
a
will.
for
reason.
whatever reason.
Except for
Yeah.
what? What's the 5 things they can't fire you for?
Discrimination, uh,
Sex,
sex, age,
age,
what else?
race,
Disability.
disability.
Um,
I think it's one more. I already say sexual discrimination. It was just 4 of them, man. But those are the 5. If you can prove that they found you for that, you got a case. Anything else, at will. They can fire you at will. At will. At will. So why is it that majority of the people that I saw in the line at the unemployment aid office look like me? When we only make up, we only make up 8% in Kentucky, and 20 of that 8%, 20% of that is in the state of in Jefferson County, and in the unemployment office, I was shocked. That lets you know that we have what? I mean, I have to be honest with you. It lets you know what? There is a real systematic system that is fighting against us. And many of us are unaware that we are in a hegemony system and we allow them to fire us because I'm about to say something. Many of us lack the capital, the paper, financial status to fight against them. It took me $10,000 I had to invest. My wife and I, we had the money. I could pull out $10,000 to invest to go after my case, and I got a big return because of that. I had the money to do it. How many of us got 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 50,000? Just not attached to anything. You just right. Am I talking, Carl? Am I talking right?
you're right on the money. We don't have many don't have the resources, the money, the attorney, the other things, the ability to stay long term. There's a lot of things that's involved in it. And
And
again, to be fair, MeShorn, you was going to comply also until you found out the reason that they gave
yeah, I
to
was
the
no.
unemployment
You know
office.
why? I'm glad that you said that. You know why? Because I had a 401k. I was going to take my 401k, pay off all my bills, and I was just going to say, forget it. I ain't gonna worry about it until when I went and filed for my unemployment, and they called me at the house. So I'm glad you brought that up, Carl. I got the phone call. My wife and I was at home, and the unemployment office called my house, and the unemployment office says we have to disapprove your unemployment benefits. And I said, why? And this is why I went after them. I'm gonna try to hold it together because every time I talk about this is a very, very. They filed on my name that I was a terroristic threat, and the employees and patients fear for their life because I worked there in the operating room. I want each and every one of you to understand. If someone lies on your name like that, what are you gonna do? My wife, my wife saw me break down. I cried. Oh my God. I was so broken. I gave that place 18 years of my life, being the best surgical technologist that I could be. And they filed the unemployment office that I was a terroristic threat, that the employees and the patients were fearful of their life because I worked there. Whew. Carl. Joe, you already know me, man. Joe, you know me. You know that ain't gonna happen. That's what threw me over. They done got me twisted. They done made you what? Oh, that's what Carl. Thank you, boy. You brought.
I hear that Rocky sound. Dun, 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 dun.
Bro, it was the thing that pushed me over the edge, bro. I was like, oh, who they think? What? Who you talking about? Who? You talking about me? Oh man, I went, man. Look at here. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I went in, and I had to fire a couple attorneys to get the right one because a couple of them didn't want to play ball. I didn't want to play. They wouldn't play ball, but I would let that. And then when I found out that they was gonna offer me some money, hey Joe, did I know? Did I know that I had them? Oh, now they ready. So you think I'm gonna take? Oh, so now you're gonna play me stupid? Gonna offer me $10,000, $50,000? It's called a nuisance. If y'all don't know this, okay, actually 10 to 30,000 is a nuisance. They actually upped it up to 50, thinking that I was some broke. I said this to my attorney. You all better take that back to them. I'm not no broke, ignorant, and I said it, NIGGER. You done affected my life, my family, and lie on my name, and you gonna insult me? Are you freaking serious? Man, whoo.
Okay, we got Mr. Miles with his hand up.
Go ahead, Mr. Miles.
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. How you guys
How you
doing this
doing,
evening?
man? They got me telling my story about what's going on, but this story is relevant to every one of us if we do not fight the game. Go ahead, man.
Well, yeah, but you're going the opposite direction where these guys and young brothers been talking. They hard on this white supremacy. I've been
Yeah,
listening. They were listening on the space, but you going against the grain what they was talking about, what they
I
believe.
know.
So they've
I
been
know.
fighting on this for the last 4, 5 years. They said, I'm just not getting on this X stuff. When Elon bought it, I had got interested in it because I was following along with
You
Tesla.
are.
With
Yeah, you
Tesla and
noticed
stuff.
that, huh? You
Yeah,
noticed that, huh?
yeah, I noticed a lot, but I want you shared something about the unemployment situation in Jefferson County,
Yeah.
right? You know what it says? I looked up, say I always be listening and I'm very observant. So what it says is, I don't know if you know, it said the residents age group, talking about how much pay you guys get. It starts from 25 to 44, earn a medium, this the medium pay of $79,000 a year. From
Mm-hmm.
the age 45 to 64 earns $83,000 a year. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, when you said the unemployment office was packed with a bunch of brothers in there, I was like, wow, how's that? And they said this time, paying good money. And it's like the job you said you had, it's saying that the top pay is on there is like $96,000 annually, up to
Mm-hmm.
$48 an
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
hour.
and then you put all the other stuff on top of it.
Yeah.
You way over a six-figure income. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was trying to figure that
Yeah.
out. Like
Yeah.
how was
Mm-hmm.
you saying how all these and I know they got how far is Kentucky truck plant from there? From
Oh,
Jefferson County. Ain't that's the same it's in the same
yeah. Yeah.
county,
It's
isn't
same.
it?
It's in the same. Yeah. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, I kind of figured that I used to go there, but I knew it was to say Jefferson. But right there off of 71, right
Right.
there.
Right. I ride off of 71. I live out
Okay.
this way. I live out
Oh,
this way. Yeah. I live out there.
okay. So I know I've seen a lot of brothers working there, you said about the color construct, and
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna get a lot of slack about that. And I'm gonna go back to that again because that's you know this. I don't know if you know this or not. I know you are very aware too.
I'm aware of it.
If
I'm
you look
aware.
at all of these little popular brothers on here, and that's what made me so. And I apologize. I keep getting off the topic. I got a
No, no,
lot
go
on my
ahead,
mind,
man. No,
but
Miles,
this
go
what
ahead, man.
made it very interesting to me. And when I first got on X, they kept saying it's a black X, black Twitter, or black X they call it, or in white. And I said, what is this mess?
Right.
So I started looking and I say, okay, this the blacks, they on this side and the
And
whites
they
on this side.
chastised me
Yeah.
when I got here. You know what they did? Carl can testify.
Hmm.
I They didn't want me. I see. I supposed to just stay loyal to them. I didn't supposed to go to the white spaces. I just told you I go where the hell I want to go. Okay.
Exactly. I go to where I can learn.
Yeah, I go where. So
It's
I
like
used
that.
to go. Yeah, I used to go to the spaces, and then when they heard me over those spaces, they tried to demonize me. He's over there with the white people talking. Ooh, what the hell wrong with y'all? It was funny. Carl, am I lying? They were like, he's
But they
over there.
serious about this too, though.
Yes,
They very
because
serious
they
about
got
this.
that white supremacy inferiority.
And
You
I think
see,
they thinking. I really think when we talking about going back and get our inheritance. I
right?
think that's the only way they think we could get it by that way. You trying to show them a whole different
Yeah,
avenue, but they don't want to accept your way. You know
right.
what I'm saying? But
No.
your way is narrow, so you're
Yeah,
not gonna
it's
get.
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
very few people will walk the narrow way that I'm trying to get. The narrow way is never succumb to saying that there is a white superiority different people in the United States of America. You gotta not say that. You can't live that. You can't because it controls your behavior, your everything about you when you say that. Okay. You got to know that your existence here is come from your creator and you have the authority to exist here, especially if you're born here in America. See, I don't operate from an inferior complex. Okay, I exist because I God tells me I exist, and I exist because I have the ability to take care of myself and handle my business and do things that. But I notice it's very astute of you to pick up that. I notice a lot of these young guys, man, they want to say white. I mean, you know what? I can't, Joe. You and I we talked about the bill. We can't fault them because where did they get it from? They got it from their mother and their father where they get that terminology from, right? Where they get that from? They got it from the older generation of people who sold them the idea that there is a white superiority demographics of people, and you can't fight it because it's the hegemony. You done bought into the hegemony, and your behavior. They don't even realize that your thinking and your behavior just because when you think it that way, you're gonna behave that way. You're gonna walk in that manner, and that's why a lot of and, I'm about to say this too. It's a reason why so many of our women are so strong and so down because our women they're able to navigate in that society a lot easier than our men even when they may even say that there's a white dominant society but they're females, okay, and the dominant male, even the white females don't feel no threat from our sisters. Now, our sisters may not like this, but it's the dominant. Yeah, Carla, I'm speaking the truth. They don't feel no threat. The only threat
You're absolutely right.
the
Again, it
only
goes.
threat they have is from when we navigate up. They don't have no threat from our women, especially our women that don't seek to be married in a household. This that they don't have no threat. They give our women jobs and allow them to do and let them elevate and everything. And especially the liberal agenda, the dominant society is not threatened by our women. And I keep trying to tell guys when you handle your business, a sister will find you, okay, or you will find her, and she'll be a fool to run away from a brother who's handling his business and doing that. My wife, I mean, when my wife met me, Carl, her whole family did not like me. My wife found saw me and saw interest in me. Now, 29 years later, come October, she's living the life and retired, living the life that she wants to live because I didn't operate and come in an inferior manner. I've always operated from that position. I thank God that my mother put me in the military to help me to learn how to be. I'm a man first. I'm not black first. I'm a man first. Okay. And I walk into spaces and get my respect as a man first. I give a damn about it. You know, if you got to see my color first, you think you're gonna box me into my color, there's gonna be a problem. You trying to box me to act and behave based on the color of my skin, there's gonna be a problem. You know, I come in this space acting like a man with all the respect. Am I right, Miles? Hey, I love your story, man. What you told me, what you came yesterday, man. That was a beautiful story you told,
No,
man.
you telling the truth, Flowers. You followers. You telling the truth, sir. But I just be observing, man, sitting back, man. That's the best way to do. So I'm just learning the game, but I'm noticing my observation so far is I'm thinking it's all about money. You know, I don't think these guys really serious about this, man, because if I was just, you know, sitting back. You telling me for 4 years you guys been just fussing and talking,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
that's what
you
I was so serious about. You know, I'm telling you, I just been on here about almost a year. That's why I started getting so interested in reparations because I used to talk about reparations and stuff way before I got on this X.
right.
You see,
So
I
you
learned
like
a
our
lot.
inheritance conversation? Have you looked
Y-
into have you looked into the freemannation.org? Have you looked into that?
yes I did, and I'm still looking. I'm still
Okay.
looking.
Okay,
So
good.
what I'm saying is basically you don't know if this is a game they playing because for followers, for likes,
I don't
because
know.
I heard one brother say on the space today. He said, "When I went viral, I made $300." So I'm not gonna do no name dropping, but when I
Yeah.
asked the brother, I typed it out and I asked him. I said, "Are you serious? That what you made $300?" But he didn't say. Yeah, and I say, "You are you serious? You made that much?" But he didn't never say anything back. But I listened. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? You got to sit back and listen to them, and they tell on themselves. So when he
Uh-huh.
said that, and I'm saying, oh, if you supposed to be a man of a cloth. See, when I look at a man of a cloth, and I'm not doing no judging, but I look at a man of a cloth. The God called you, He ordained you, not just man. It was a lot of people say they was called, but it was only a few people that was chosen. So,
Right.
so I heard you was on space earlier today. That's why I want to get on here tonight. I understood what you were saying, the question that you was
You was
asking.
there when
I
you
was
was
there.
there. You
But
was
what he was trying to get you to see, he was trying to get you to say basically like to have grace. But
yes.
it- but he gave a scenario about your daughter,
Yes.
and but you can't do that because your daughter ain't had no kids out of
You're right,
wedlock.
right. I know. He gonna
So what
yeah,
he was
yeah.
clipping
Did you
is
see
on,
how I caught
yeah,
him?
yeah,
He
you
go,
caught,
oh, bro.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can't use
yeah.
my
But be,
daughter.
but being a man of a cloth, by the
Yes.
word say, by the word say, I'm
What
not
wouldn't
talking
you
to
I mean
listen,
you ain't gotta
listen.
drop his name. Thank
Yeah,
you
I know.
for
But when you talking about gays, okay, I'm just
yeah.
gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't listen. You can't be hot and cold.
Right.
You know
No.
what I'm saying? You got to choose one. Ain't no lukewarm. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Either you hot or you cold.
Right.
But you got to
Here
when
you
you
are, a man of
when
the cloth,
sin
and
sin
oh,
is sin, right? But
right.
when you coming up to when you talking about
Eh,
gays and lesbians and
yeah.
all this stuff, you got to stand firm. And
Mm,
abortions and stuff, you got to stand firm. So I came from a church organization. I stopped maybe 4 years ago. I was deep in it. It's called Keith Dominion. I don't know if you're
mm-hmm.
familiar with it. It's called
No.
House of God, Keith Dominion. You look it up. Mother Tate. Her name is Mother Tate. She started in 1912. She broke off. It was like the first black woman that started an organization. They started for Pentecostal. They broke
Okay.
off from. That's how Pentecostal started. So okay. I'm gonna keep moving, but there they believe in a doctrine, rules. All right, you say bylaws, right?
Right,
And
right.
and their bylaws is they don't support abortions. They don't support gays. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You got to stand on something because you just know the word talk about it.
You're
But
right,
now
right.
this generation, I noticing what they doing is they with
What
the
was the
power.
word he kept saying? You got to give. What did he? The word he kept saying? Like grace. He said you have to.
He was using another word. Basically, he was trying to say compassion.
Yeah,
That's what he
yeah.
was trying
Talk
to go
about.
with. Well, like like it's basically grace, it's compassion. That's what he's saying. But You have to stand on business.
Principles.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because God stand on. God have principles. That's what you were saying. You were saying.
Yeah.
So God gave commandments, the 10
Oh,
commandments, right?
you notice he wouldn't. When I asked him, I said, "Do you know what the 10 Commandments are? Those are principles, bro. Those are
See
principles."
what I told my grandmother. She's 92 years old. I'm not gonna cut you off. I'm gonna land with this right
Go
here.
ahead.
I told my grandma a couple of years ago back. I said, you have a lot of people that went to college, right? They grew up in the church and they went to college, and the professors messed their mind up. So what they try to do is playing this mind control now. And you thinking you could play this mind control, manipulate the word, and turn it around. And they're trying to use psychology.
Yes.
What they learn. You see what I'm saying? They're turning it around, trying to make everything like it's it's okay. It's all right.
Yes.
But I want to ask I apologize, I want to land with this. I want to ask Rev this one question is tell the people the truth. Tell the people the grace is going to end. Grace is running out. Now it's gonna be there, but grace is in it. We've been the kind of grace. So I don't know why they don't want to preach the truth no more. You see what I'm saying? Okay, you guys have a good night.
Hey, don't go nowhere, bro. I'm gonna let you. We got this. Joe, you still there?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're gonna be closing this out. Let somebody else want to come on up. The milkman. Oh man, wait a minute now. The milkman. I talk about the milkman in my book and everything. What's up, milkman? You want to come up and you've been listening to everything. You wanna add to this conversation? You
I don't think the milkman or the
Providence
are real people. Because remember, we asked them earlier.
They give us
a
some
real
thumbs up.
person to give us a thumbs up, and neither one of them gave us a thumbs up, and they both have been invited to speak since they've been here. So I don't think that they are a real person. I think that it might be the recording bots, like we talked about before, that they send out.
Yeah. Okay. Like that other gentleman, that other person that came in, and we
Well,
knew
that one was kind of obvious.
that was quite obvious, but that one, that was quite obvious and everything. Well, listen, this has been a very, very good space. We've been having some good dialogue. I love that backwards and forth with Negro, Carl, and Negro.
Excuse me, Carlos. I want to cut you off, but you did have a guy on there that he wasn't no. I'm telling you, I pay attention. I wanted to be three. I had three occupations that I wanted to be in life. Let me name them to you right now.
Go ahead, tell me.
FBI, a pilot, or in transportation. I decided to get in transportation. I was in transportation 21 years. I didn't go. Why I wanted FBI because all of my cousins and stuff was Detroit police officers. So I wanted to be better than them. I wanted to be, But when my mother passed, my the high standard careers, pilot and FBI went down because my schooling went down. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
She passed. I was 15. So they moved me down to South Carolina. So it was a big adjustment moving from Michigan, Detroit, Michigan to South Carolina, a little small hick town.
Yeah.
So I got rebellious. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My dad said, "Go down to your grandma." He wasn't laying a rod no more. So I got a little rebellious with the schoolwork. You see what I'm saying? So I getting the transportation. I thank God for it. But I'm gonna tell you, we had a guy on this space. He's one of the brothers. He don't like when you say white. There's not such thing as white supremacists.
You talking about dads? Are you talking about dads?
No. It was another brother was on here.
Yeah. Are you talking about Negro?
No. There's another brother.
There was another brother here. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
He's very controversial out there on that X world. I say out there on the spaces. He be having.
I think that was Stephen.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Okay. Yep. Well, I pay attention to when I see him out there or they.
Be careful.
No, brother. They listen up.
I'm not talking about like violence. I'm talking about. I just don't like.
Well, pay attention to who's around. Yeah.
To you, how they be double teaming you on those spaces.
You notice that, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, what you say, Carl? Carl says, "What you go ahead and tell him what you tell me, Carl. Go ahead and tell him, Carl."
About what?
Tell him what you say. You say I can handle myself, right? What you say?
Oh yeah. You can handle it. You got this. When I saw you coming, I said, "Uh-oh." And then I looked at, I said, "Oh,
No, you don't have to go through
yeah,
that. You don't
he
have to go
got
to your
this."
knees. You don't have to argue.
Hey,
They
hey,
should be having some respect. They don't know
yeah,
nothing about respect, man.
yeah. But
I'm telling you.
Miles was in the space that, did I say it right? I said, brother, you you just disrespected yourself, bro. You just I said you did. I told him, and I wasn't. You know what? Did I try to give him a pass? I did say, listen, I'd rather talk to you in private, brother. I don't want to, because what I won't tell you, and I didn't really say what I wanted to say because it was just, but and he gonna ask me to go ahead and tell him on it. I said, all right. And I was clean. I was really being clean. I was being nice what I really wanted to say. Did you see me how I was really trying to be nice? Because when that question that I asked earlier about what the woman asked a question about abortion, and he hid Hob and couldn't answer. That was and you a pastor, you preaching in the what, bro? What is wrong with you? Okay, yeah, and he gave me some signs that something wasn't right. Well, listen up. We're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. We at that 9:44. We almost made it to 10 o'clock. Okay, so anybody want to go ahead and start us off, and you know last few words and everything. Mr. Miles, you can go ahead and start off, or Carl and
Okay.
Joe. You go ahead and shut it off, man.
I'm gonna shut it off. I'm gonna say my little piece right here because I want to tell you this. You just heavy on my heart. Let me tell you, a lot of people they can't handle someone else getting blessings. You
Mm,
see, they don't know. It's better for them to be happy. But I was taught, and what I believe, I'm supposed to be happy for you. So I'm
right.
like, Lord, yeah, you doing it, but now it's my turn. You see what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes,
It's my
sir.
turn coming. Because testing, we overcome by the testimony,
Yes.
right? So they can't receive it, and a lot of people they can't receive it because they don't believe.
Mm.
They say they believe, but they really don't believe. That's the truth. They ain't really got it in them.
It's
So
not in their heart. It's
it's
not
not
in
them
their heart.
because they don't know. It's 3 steps to this, 3 stages to being a believer. You got to go
Right.
through the 3 processes of it. Man, I'm not gonna go deep in it. You the man of the word, and I know the
Yeah.
word in you, so you know the steps. But
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
want to go.
Sure. Yes,
They
sir.
got you got to go the right, proper
Got to go
way.
through the process. Got to go
You
through the
know,
process.
listen, you can't come in unless you don't know the son. You ain't. I know it's an old time song. What's the name of that song? I can't think. Mississippi Choir song that song. I can't think of it right now, but I know you guys know it. But it's basically saying you have to do more than just confess. You know, it's a 3-step part.
It's a three-step process.
You know, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
they get mad with
Yeah.
that, you can say God the Spirit. Then
Yeah. Right.
we're gonna
Right.
change it.
Right.
But it's still only one
And
Lord,
and, and,
one
and
baptism.
let's go ahead and put the final thing that most people don't. I've seen that a lot of people kind of shy away saying it, but I don't mind saying because it's in my book and everything. You got to be reborn. Got to be
You
reborn.
must. That's the song.
You
You
must
must.
be reborn. It said
You
they Carl.
must.
Is that what they say?
That's a
You must
must.
be what? It
Born
didn't say.
again.
It didn't say. They didn't say. It. I don't think it's an option. It says you
No,
what?
you got to be born again, reborn. You got to be born in the water and born through the fire.
Yeah, you got to be reborn.
Purification. Yep.
Mm.
And then once you repent, you don't repeat. That's the thing
Mm.
about it. People say, "Yeah, I repent." That's what they kept saying earlier today, and that kept bothering me. Yeah,
Yeah,
they think it's a joke.
yeah.
That's what they know. That's what they're saying. That's why they're saying grace is gonna run
That's
out
what
because
they so
people
they
keep
can
playing with this
repeat.
grace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They so they
it's
can
running
repeat.
out.
That's what
You
the
can't keep
pastor.
playing.
Isn't that what he was saying? That's what he did. So he can repeat. And
Ain't
then he
nobody
didn't want to be
repeating.
held accountable. So
No,
he was going to demonize me and go, Joe. He gonna ask me when the last time you sinned. He gonna bet. Oh,
don't
anyway.
ask that. We all fall short of this, Lord.
Hey,
We
they
all
did.
fall short.
We was in. So yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for. You know
Yep.
what? You know what? Something you just did. Thank you for coming up. It says, when you in the midst of a fight, battling, it's good to have someone who take witness of your fight, okay, and say that you fought a good fight. All you did, brother, thank you, came up and let me know you saw me in the fight and you noticed I fought a good fight, and I appreciate that, man. I actually brought it up earlier, but no one was here, and then you came up, and I totally forgot. Actually, I forgot you was there and everything, but you came up, and brother, I thank you for acknowledging that you saw the fight that I was in, and then you confirmed I fought a good fight. Okay, I appreciate that, bro. That means a lot because sometimes you need those confirmations, and you never know where they come from. You never know where they come from. So when I find myself, God found me, and I see someone doing something, I usually search them out and let them know, well done, you represented. I love what you did. Good job. All right, Carl, go ahead, man.
Yes, great space. Does acknowledging white supremacy mean you're already defeated? Yes, you're defeated in your mind. There are certain words that I don't use. That's one of them, and the other word is the R word,
Right,
calling somebody a racist.
right.
I believe there's only one race, which is the human race, but many people group. So therefore, certain words is out of my lexicon. I don't use for the R word. There's bigot, there's prejudice, there's discriminated, there's clown, there's butthead, there's all kinds of words to call somebody who thinks they are superior than me. But I would never take on that mindset that somebody else is superior than Carl Wagner. There's only one person supreme, and he is God Almighty. And I land right there.
What you said, and let the church say amen. Amen. All right. And that's all that I've been trying to say. Don't say something that you don't intend. You're giving your power away when you're giving it when you say white supremacy and racist. I don't. It's funny you said I don't call people racist. There's only one human race. I ain't doing all that nonsense. I ain't doing all that nonsense. But hey, all right. If nobody else, we gonna go ahead and let Joe close us out and give it a wrap. We will be back here
Hey,
tomorrow, 7 o'clock.
hey, it's been a great space, man. I'm in agreement with brother Miles, brother Carl, brother Uncle MeShorn. We got to get out of our head with a lot of this stuff, and it's all about our mindset. John Yah and I used to talk on the Tipping Point show a lot about how, hey, racism doesn't even exist in my world. I don't deal with that. It doesn't exist.
Right.
Why? Because I don't acknowledge it.
I don't acknowledge it. Right.
I don't talk about it. I don't wake up in the morning and go find all the scrolls on social media about what a cop did to somebody yesterday. That's not what I look for. That's not where my mind. So my mind is on trying to create legacy, making money, moving forward, and in doing so, guess what I get to do? I get to hire other people that look like me. I get to help out other people. I get to help the community out. So ultimately, when you talk about that whole collective thing and everything, look, if I ain't right, I can't do right by nobody else. So I
Amen.
get right in order to do right by others. And that's it. That's our show for today. This is the I Ain't Your Black show based on the book I Ain't Your Black, comma, America. Uh, we gonna be here tomorrow. It's always Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we'll be here tomorrow, same place, same time, 7 p.m. tomorrow. We will see y'all. And remember, you can play back this show here from the space, but you can also check us out on YouTube at I Ain't Your Black, and the show is played there because it's being recorded and streamed there as well. You can also go to Facebook at I Ain't Your Black and stream the show there as well. We will see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Peace.
Peace.
Get ready for I Ain't Your Black. This is the podcast that offers healing, insights, and epiphanies, discussing and reviewing everything others are afraid to talk about. It's all about what is right for us. I ain't your new black. I ain't your old black. I ain't your future black. America, I ain't your black. And now, the host of I Ain't Your Black, Mr. Just As Joe and Uncle MeShorn.
Man, you love causing trouble.
Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other.
When black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough
Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other.
when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough